Some people just want to watch World Fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed it.
Let's talk about past 98.
I got one more.
Just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. LaCroix. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 407, I think? I'm not sure. I'm Jason. Brian.
I'm the intern.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, and I'm Steve.
And I'm Izzy.
Hey! So, Brian and I are the only original guest members here of Hobie.
Yeah, Core 4! Woo!
I'll be honest, we're probably the best members of Hobie, to be, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
We are the best two here.
yeah, maybe that intern fax machine.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is true. That is true. We'll get to that in a minute. In the meantime, we have Steve and Izzy from Everything I Learned from Movies on the show this week. So
Hey,
welcome,
everybody.
guys. Welcome.
Woo! Bring in the heat!
It's been a while since we've talked to you guys. And last time you guys were on, I wasn't. So it's been a really long time for me.
Yeah, thanks for coming out of retirement.
Woo!
Well, you know what? I don't have anything.
Yeah, family, son, baseball obligations. Yeah, we get it.
God.
Vacations.
Yeah, those two. Just
Well, your life doesn't revolve around the podcast, and it shows.
Speaking of that, I'm here, but Jeff isn't. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
get him on the phone. No, I'm just kidding.
But yes, so we are here. Jeff took off this week, I think partially because he's working overtime this week. He's going to be a guest on, what do you call it? I don't even know anymore. 40 going on 14. So,
Ooh.
so he's going to be on that. I think they're talking Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I was on last week. I talked Fantasy Island and that stellar reboot. Oh my God. It's amazing. Go see it now. It's on Fox.
The TV one with Hispanic lady. I forget her name.
I don't know.
Interstellar doesn't have.
Ilsa Rodriguez or something like that. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so bad. It's so bad.
What?
What? No.
Guys, Antonio Banderas is still alive. Do you know this?
What?
People seem to forget this.
Can't we have him be the Mr. Rourke?
Oh,
I mean, Michael Pena in that Blumhouse thing was all right, but come on.
I was thinking Antonio Banderas can be the tattoo. Just my thought. Tattoo the plane, boss. That's my first impression of the night. Brian, you're on in 2 weeks, right? 40 going on 14?
I am on the 16th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 2 weeks. That's next week, I guess. And you guys are doing Bad Boys? Is that
Bad
correct?
Boys, yep.
Oh, man, oh, man.
I'm excited.
I think I picked the best week, to be honest with you. And then the following week, Blake is on, and he's doing Starsky and Hutch. So, the movie and the TV show. And that's one of those that, Fantasy Island's not looking so bad. So, hell, at this point, Congo's not looking bad, to be honest with you. So, Steve, Izzy, we haven't seen you guys in a while. Tell us what's going on.
What's going on with us, babe?
Oh, I don't know. We just did a successful Kickstarter for more of our Snackosaur enamel pins. We have 4 new species. They're all for sale in our shop at untidyvenus.etsy.com. That's a goddess who's bad at housekeeping.
Hey, do you guys have like some sort of promo code where I can save money on that one?
We do. It's Hobie Pod. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Hobie Pod 10, right? No, Hobie Pod.
I think it's just Hobie Pod.
It's just Hobie Pod.
10% off. We do it every week. I always forget. Hobie Pod, 10% off. Yes, go to Untidy Venus on Etsy. And, not to cut you off here, but, hold on. Let me show you this for the...
Oh, you're going to show off the merch?
We do.
That sweet, sweet Hobie merch. Yeah.
That's a magnet, which might be one of the most powerful magnets I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Do not put them near like a cell phone or a credit card or anything. It will suck the soul out of a turnip.
It sucked to my refrigerator, and it can't come off. We have buttons, History of Bad Ideas. And Brian, let me see if I can find some for you. Oh, I got buttons and magnets made up of, look at that, Hobie Intern fax machine. Look at that, Brian. What do you think? No?
Hey, Jason, if we wanted to see those like live in the flesh, where would we go?
Well, you could go to the Cincinnati Comic Expo next Friday through Sunday, September 17th through 19th, at the Cincinnati Convention Center, Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Get your tickets. And there is a schedule of celebrity guests that will be doing panels Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you know what, Steve? Hobie will be interviewing the guests. We are moderating the big panel room. It is crazy.
Like all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit.
So what kind of celebrities can we see you awkwardly try to remember who they are?
Awkwardly try to remember. Wow. Let me get you that. It's funny you should mention that.
Is it Michael Caine? Megan?
Sean Schemmel. I know I'm going to butcher these names. He does the voice of a lot of anime. That would be 4 p.m. on Friday. 5 o'clock on Friday, Jodie Benson, the voice of Ariel from Disney's Little Mermaid.
Yeah. There we go.
I'll be doing that panel. We have the Harp Twins. We won't be doing much with that. They're just singing. But that's good. Good singing.
Are they going to sing Last Train to Clarksville by the Beatles?
Last train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you at the station. Let's see here. This is just some of the other ones that I think we are doing. We haven't gotten the official stance of which ones, but I think we're getting these. Jim Shooter, comic book writer. He did tons of stuff for DC and Marvel. He was editor-in-chief at Marvel. I'll be doing that one at 2 p.m. on Saturday. John Barrowman. Everybody loves John. He'll be at 3. 4 o'clock is Felicia Day. 5 o'clock is Tom Cavanaugh. And then you can stay for a costume contest, which
Just
Hobie will not
casually mentioning Felicia Day. Very nice.
Thank you.
Just sliding it.
Let's see. We got Ross. I know I'm going through this up. Mark Hind. He is Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron from Walking Dead. I'll be doing that one. I'm excited about that. And then also from Arrow, Kate Cassidy, Black Canary. She'll be there. And then at 3 p.m., I'm not sure if we're doing this one yet or not. We haven't gotten the official word. There's a G.I. Joe panel from a lot of the voice actors. And I'm hoping to be able to do that one because I love G.I. Joe growing up, and that's on Sunday. And there is a couple other ones that will be coming in and out. We haven't officially know which one of those we're doing, but there's a couple different ones. So we're pretty excited about it. It's a big thing for us. Brian, you're going to be there all 3 days, right?
I will be there all 3 days, yes.
And I heard Dr. Dana might be there too.
She will be there Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's a big thing for Hobie. We're excited. We appreciate Expo.
Oh, yeah. Sounds
Expo
awesome.
doing it. So we'll be on the panel. Good news is, the Cinema Guys podcast, they will be joining us. It's a joint venture. Brad, Justin, Cinemaiden. So they'll be doing some of it just because this is such a big thing to do. We need 5 or 6 people at each panel to do sound and interviews, audience members.
Cover while the other person goes and take a dump. Yeah.
Correct.
We live that life.
Yep.
We know what you're talking about.
And, if somebody
life.
overdoses on Pez, I mean, who knows?
How many Oreo tastings will there be? And will there be someone, with the defibrillator on standby?
That is Dr. Dana's job. She will be the defibrillator. So Brian, make sure you tell your wife that. But Hobie became official. We actually have polo shirts for this. That's how official we are.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
Colors freshly popped. It's going to be awesome.
it is. So no, we're really excited though. It's a big thing. We're being classy. We're being fancy. But yeah, so next Friday through Sunday, come see us. The good news is we will be playing trivia in between the panels. And if we get breaks, some of the Hobie guys and cinema guys will be walking the floor just to look around. They'll be bringing prizes down there too, so it may be an impromptu trivia thing. So we'll be throwing prizes away, or giving prizes away all weekend. And to quote my wife, you better get rid of 2 of these boxes of prizes.
Sunday.
The only thing you have
Only
left
2?
over, we can give you our address.
Dude, it is
He's got
something.
our address.
I do have your address. 55 Funko Pops. 55 Funko Pops we have to give away. And not some bad ones. We actually have some decent ones, which we bought like 2 years ago. And since the expo was canceled last year, they've just been sitting in my basement. So,
So not just Riverdale and other stuff nobody wants?
Brian's got the Riverdale one.
I
Brian,
may or may not bring it. I don't know.
I'll buy that off you. I'll give you a Hobie pen. I'll give you a fax machine Hobie intern one. How about that?
Steve, Izzy, it was great talking to you guys. I'm going to go out of here.
It was great catching up. Nice to see you again.
Good news is though, Brian, you'll also be getting another shirt too. It's fancy. You got 2 shirts coming to you. But anyways, so yeah, we're excited about that. Steve, Izzy, the big question is, how is Cool Ranch the rat? The one that our fans picked the name for.
Oh, Cool Ranch is a big, fat, happy boy. He is one of the bestest boys of all the very good boys that I have in that cage.
Excellent.
In fact, a couple of them were yes, it was Cool Ranch. It was Cool Ranch and Mesquite, as named by Happily Ever Aftermath podcast. I got a new toy, and it sort of almost looks like a dream catcher. You hang it from the top of the cage, and it had like a feather on it and a bunch of twine and stuff, and they basically untangle it to make a little nest. And Mesquite had gotten his fat head through it, but kind of got stuck around the belly, and so it was sort of partially hanging. And Cool Ranch came to save him and gnawed all that twine right off of him, and then drug it away to make a little bed.
And then a hero comes along.
Has Cool Ranch eaten any of his brothers or sisters?
No,
Okay.
Rats don't eat each other.
Yeah,
Really?
gosh.
You're
wow.
thinking hamsters. Hamsters eat each other.
Gerbils do too.
Yeah, hamsters will just like chew the skull open and slurp up the salty insides of each other.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, hamsters are awful. Hamsters are the worst.
Huh.
And somebody out there's going to be like, I had a hamster and he was really nice. You had the one. I worked in pet shops. I will not hold a hamster without a snake bite glove.
And then they dance on the corpse of
Pretty
the
much.
slain.
Hamster just...
I picture Izzy in Raiders of the Lost Ark falling into a pit of hamsters instead of snakes. Like she's looking for the ark, she falls in, there's just
Why
hamsters
does it have
around.
to be hamsters?
Basically, the rule of pets is the cuter it is, the more evil it is.
Just like women.
Exactly.
Just like podcasters.
Exactly. The cute ones are evil.
We still have our 2 guinea pigs. We got 2 guinea pigs.
Pigs.
Because my 11-year-old son convinced my wife that we needed a second one. I'll
They
work
need
with
friends.
not really. The first one, Coconut, she's fat and she's cute. And then we got a second one because one of the neighbors was giving it away after 3 years. My daughter doesn't like it anymore. What? You can't just get rid of it. So we took it.
Oh, Jason, on the contrary, you
Yeah.
can totally just get rid of it.
Well, legally, I guess, right? Legally. So we got it after like a month of my son going, we really need a second one. Coconut's lonely. Well, they're in 2 separate cages. My son, God bless him, for a good 2 months kept trying to like get them to be friends. And like it got down to the point like this is the victory. They can be next to each other and they won't like be mean to each other or like, they chatter teeth when they get mad. It takes about 5 minutes for them to do that. Otherwise, they just stare at each other. I'm like, well, that's a victory. So we now have 2 guinea pigs that, sure, whatever. I don't know. And then
you also have a new puppy.
We do have a new puppy, Brian, Cora. So she's an Australian Shepherd mix. And, so now the guinea pigs, Brian, really don't get any attention because of my kids. I was like, anybody go in there and hold them today? Oh, well, we were going to. No. Go. Come on. Let's go. So, yeah, we did get a new puppy. Brian, you've seen the puppy. What do you think?
I have. She's incredible.
Yeah.
Very boopable nose.
Yes, she does. Boop. Got her.
How old is she? Is she a lunatic yet?
She is 12 weeks old, 13 weeks old, I think, this week. And she is adorable, and she's actually really pretty good. We taught her to sit, give paw, and lay down so far. And my oldest son is trying to get her to roll over. But she's learning to jump up on the couch and grab our food. So my meatloaf was half eaten tonight. Well, not half eaten, but half licked. So I had to cut that part off. But yeah, it's after having a dog for 14 years that is old and, just laying there, it's a lot different having a puppy. But yeah, she's a good fit though so far. So we really like her.
Aussies are a high energy breed. Just about 6 months old, she'll enter the Velociraptor stage, and remember, she will grow out of it eventually.
She herds my kids because they're herding dogs, right? So my youngest, my 5-year-old, will run around the couch and she'll nip at his heels, and he's like, "Why is she biting me?" I was like, "Because that's her job. That she's trying to get you in line." And then my kids go out in the backyard, play with the neighbor kids in my backyard, play wiffle ball. And she will chase them to base. So she's trying to herd them at that age. So it's been good, though. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah, we're pretty excited. So we got her a lot sooner than we thought. But we're happy she did. So, but, yeah. Brian, have you got any new dogs?
No, we have not.
Are you thinking about it?
Yes, we are slowly entertaining the idea.
Because how many dogs you got?
We have 2.
Okay. And how many cats?
2.
Okay. So what type of dog are you thinking about?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
If I had my choice, I would probably get a Rottweiler.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. We haven't gotten to that stage yet.
Okay. Does it help that you work at a doggy daycare that you just see all these dogs and you just want to adopt them all?
Yes.
There's a lost and found there.
Yes and no. But it's also good because I can see different breeds and I can be like, you know what? I don't think I want to go through that.
Yeah.
That dog sucks. I don't want him. I don't want a dog like that. Or
is Australian Shepherds one of those dogs that sucks? A mix?
No.
Okay.
No,
they're good ones. They're higher energy, but they're good ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, everything we were looking at those. Anything that we read about them, it's been great. So it's a mix and everything. So and it doesn't shed, so that's good. It's mixed with the poodle, so yeah, it's like the Aussie do. Not that that's what we were looking for, but we're happy with the Australian Shepherds. Brian, at your doggy daycare, like Steve said, do they have a lost and found? Like there's a jean jacket in there, some glasses, and like a Great Dane, like all sitting in the box?
It's all Applehead Chihuahuas.
The Great Dane's usually in the Levi jacket, though.
You pry it off him.
Yes, they thought it was their son or something.
Yeah, nobody really leaves their denim behind.
Okay. Just their dogs.
Just their dogs and their toys and their blankets and their leashes. Things just nothing fun, really.
Okay.
And only about half of the stuff has something's blood on it, just trying to get rid of evidence.
Slobber, blood, other bodily fluids.
that a jar full of semen? What?
Can't believe somebody left that at a doggy daycare.
I'm just gonna hope that's some resin or something.
Hey, honey, you know that jar of semen? I think we accidentally took it with us with the dog toys. Damn it! Damn it, Brad! You always forget that. As you can tell, we're doing it's a wild card episode. Just like
Wild card, bitches.
Yeah.
Steve and I have been talking about getting a dog.
It's true.
Have you? What type?
Well, Steve grew up with police German Shepherds,
Oh, good
so
luck.
that's his experience. I grew up with a lab mix and a border, it was lab border collie and a corgi, and I do really miss both of them. Although I will say the lab mix had all of the brains of a lab and all the energy of a border collie, so he was a lot.
Whoa.
Our last dog was a lab hound, basically just a pure mutt, and yeah, they're great dogs. I love lab mixes, but yeah, they
Not
do
always-
have energy.
Not the brightest bulb in the box,
Nope.
but just a bundle of love. Not a mean bone in their body.
Well, the good news is that there's lots of dogs at the daycare at the rescue shelters, because the bad news is there's a lot of assholes that just give up their dogs after going back to work from quarantine. So
Right?
go fuck yourself, people.
You
Yes.
get a pet, it's forever.
What, Brian?
I said yes. Please don't do that.
Ugh,
Stop doing that.
fucking assholes.
And that's how we have a cat who's 20 this year, because you never give them up.
You know what? You probably should. I mean, at 20, just put them to the pound. I'm sure they'll get adopted.
Oh no, Mr. Pickles I got him from a cat rescue where he'd sat for a year because, quote, he wasn't cute anymore, so nobody wanted him.
Many years ago, when my wife first got married, one of my coworkers was moving to a different state with his family, and they gave up their dog after 9 years. They were going to take her to the rescue, and
How can you do that?
I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Well, we're going down. We're moving 8 hours away. I don't know if we want her in the new
It's gonna
house."
be a long walk for him.
Yeah.
I moved to Michigan with a gerbil. No, I'm sorry. No, look, we moved 14 hours with an already 18-year-old cat. We just rescued it.
I mean, at the time they had like a 6-year-old kid and a 3-year-old. I was like, I would have left one of them behind before the dog.
Right?
And
Dogs
so-
can be better potty trained.
So yeah, more than likely. And so I came home to my wife. I told her about it, and she's like, "They can't do that. They're going to kill the dog. Like, nobody's going to adopt, right?" So we adopted that dog. That was one of the first ones we adopted. But I'm like, what the hell is that? You can't just leave the dog. Sorry. We're going to a new house. Have a good day. It's like, and that dog lived for another 3 years. She was a great dog. She was an English Springer Spaniel. So,
Aww.
yeah. So, breath of silence.
Good talk.
Yeah. Let's see here. Did anybody watch Shang-Chi? I never can say it right. Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings?
Yes. Did anybody watch that this weekend?
Did
Not
not.
yet.
No.
What? Well, Brian, you're
It's not on
like
Disney Plus yet.
Brian, you're like 12
I think-
12 movies behind.
Yeah, I'm roughly a million Marvel movies behind right now.
You watched Thor: Dark World, and it basically ended him. He's like, I can't get back into it, guys. I'm sorry.
Not enough Jeff
I
Goldblum
know
left in the
Ant-Man's
series.
coming, and I don't care.
Dark World is better than the first Thor. I will go to the grave saying that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll go by that.
Yeah, the first one's pretty rough too.
Oh,
they
Lord.
they just needed to let Chris Hemsworth be a goddamn Australian, and that was like the key to his career.
Yeah.
We-
He's not the brooding type. He's the fun, frolicking kind.
We
Let
did-
him frolic.
We just watched Snow White and the Huntsman for the first time,
Oh.
and oh boy, yeah, they need to let him go.
Oh,
He would have been so much more fun if he was frolicking through those woods.
Indeed. Instead, he was trying to match Kristen Stewart, and
I mean, or a brick.
was he?
Clear bitch. By the
Was
way,
he in the
most
second
unbelievable
one?
part of that entire fucking movie is that Kristen Stewart is a beauty threat to Charlize Theron. I'm sorry, no.
Was he in the second one, Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, he's like the star of it. We haven't seen it, but like we were actually curious. Like, wait, with the way the first movie ends, how is this a sequel? And we're like, maybe this is the 10-year period they just kind of skipped over when Snow White's bitch ass was locked up in a tower. And it's like, shit, it probably is.
Oh, wait a minute. Is Kristen Stewart in the second one too?
Nope.
Oh,
No,
But
Charlize Theron is, though she, spoiler alert, dies at the end of Snow White and the Huntsman. You know.
Does she?
obviously
But yes,
not.
Chris Hemsworth's back in it. They got Jessica Chastain and Emily Blunt's in it, apparently. So we may have to check it out.
Why?
Just to see.
Oh.
They're not paying for it, though.
No. I will say Legend of the Ten Rings is good. They really leaned into the Asian culture, the Asian folklore. So unlike Snow White and the Huntsman, it's a good film, and I would recommend it. It wasn't like A++ that everyone is saying, in my opinion. I took my daughter and my son to see it, and they liked it. My son and I both agreed that we need to see it one more time because right now it's in the top 10 of Marvel films, but I'm not sure where in the top 10. So,
how was the martial arts fighting and stuff?
Amazing. The cinematography was awesome. The visual effects were good. It was the bad guy in it. The villain is not a true, like, he's a villain. He's not a nice guy, but he does redeem himself, and then he's not. And so he is a good, like, character. Like, it wasn't like he was a one-note villain. My kids did not like the amount of flashbacks because they kept, like, every 20 minutes there was a flashback. They're like, oh, my God, just tell the story. But it was good. I mean, I would definitely see it again. I've enjoyed it. I know nothing about the character coming into it. I was looking forward to this for the last 2 years. I would say Black Panther is a little bit better at it, and I equate it to Black Panther because it's a whole new world that you're looking at. I would say Black Panther was stronger, but this one was very well done. I definitely enjoyed it, so I would recommend seeing it. So.
Nice. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Say it's kind of set in San Francisco and stuff, right? At least, like, probably the modern part.
Yes, and then they go to a fantasy world. Not a true fan. Like, they go to a world that's like you have to take an. It's kind of like King Kong versus Godzilla. You know how you have to go through like the little warp zone to get to the
Hollow Earth stuff. Yeah.
It was kind of like that. And so that was a little weird. I was like, and my oldest son was like, "This is like, are they in Hollow Earth?" I was like, "Kind of. Like the creatures are there, kind of like it." But I mean, it's still beautiful. I mean, the martial arts is good. Like the story is good. But yeah, overall, like I enjoyed it a lot. And there's 2 after credit scenes, so just let everyone know.
Bum, bum, bum.
So that made 75.5 million in the States. This weekend. Huge opening. I think the biggest Labor Day opening ever. I think the next closest was like 32 million. It blew it away. And then just real quick, Candyman made 10 million. Free Guy made 8.8 million. Jungle Cruise made 4. And Paw Patrol the movie made 4 million as well. I think it's a good sign for movie theaters that this did so well because this was going to be the barometer of feature films, but there's not much else coming out. Like Brian, I think we talked about last week. There's nothing coming out like a major release for like 4 weeks. I think.
Yeah, there was a couple though that Jim and I were talking about that are coming out. Like Dear Evan Hansen is coming out. There was a couple other ones that are
Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage's new movie that we actually saw back in January at Sundance.
So it guys, it's crazy in like the best way. It's so like I really enjoyed it.
Time out. A Nicolas Cage movie is crazy.
This is like this is up there in Nick Cage crazy movies.
Wow. What's it called?
Yeah, Korean director, kind of a martial arts western kind of thing.
Yeah.
Bill Moseley's the governor, like the guy running the town. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
What's it called?
Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Okay, that's this week. Limited.
Yeah, it's like the 17th or something. I think it comes out. But yeah, it's been running the festival market for a year or so.
Brian, you are correct. Cop Shop, which we talked about last week, and Dear Evan Hansen. Those are the ones that come out the 17th and the 24th. Nothing else is wide release.
What about Clint Eastwood's new movie?
Cry Macho is limited. Limited
Is it?
release.
I think it's on HBO Max too, which is probably why it's limited.
You know what? I'm very excited about that. I saw a trailer for it. I told my wife, "Man, I really want to go see that." And I was like, "Do we dare? You want to go see it at theater?" She's like, "I don't know." And then it's like on HBO Max. Perfect. We got it. No issue.
Sold.
Yeah. Brian, are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah. Actually, it looks pretty good.
It looks better than what his last couple have been. Or at least it looks like it, the trailer.
Let's see. What was his last movie? The Mule?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the Mule. He also did the Atlanta bombing one, right?
Oh, Richard Jewell. That was incredible.
Was he in that, though?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was directing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just looking at the releases, the biography of Tammy Faye is coming out this week too. Tammy Faye Baker.
In theaters?
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
The 17th, Andrew Garfield, Jessica Chastain.
That could be fun.
Yeah. The trailer looks really good.
So he was the last movies for Eastwood are Cry Macho, The Mule, Sad Hill Unearthed, and Trouble with the Curve. Oh God!
That's the baseball movie that he did with Timberlake.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is going to make me feel old, and everyone else. Gran Torino came back out in 2008.
Yeah.
It was a while back.
God. Now, the last movies he directed were Cry Macho, Richard Jewell, The Mule, and the 1517 to Paris.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
That got bad reviews, I think. Like, it did not go over well.
It's doing a
It was
movie
really
without
good.
actors,
Yeah.
It's going to be divisive.
Yeah, because they used the original members, the people that were involved, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he also did Sully. Ugh, God.
I kind of like Sully, but it was one of those things we watched it because, like, how are they going to try to make this interesting?
No, it was how are they going to make him a bad guy?
Well, yeah.
It's like, I know you guys, like, it's not going to be Flight because he's not a massive alcoholic.
Fucking Flight.
They made him a bad guy because he threw kids off the plane. We got a light in the load. Everyone out.
That's right.
Okay, I can land the plane fine. No big deal.
Look, I am one of the people who is here to see. I want to see Tom Hanks be a true villain. None of this the circle bullshit where inadvertent villainy. No. I want him to come in and be like, "Hi, I'm the new face of Al Qaeda."
Yeah. He's going to be the man behind Remy Malek in No Time to Die.
He's going to be the voice in Hobbs and Shaw. Like, this is what I want.
Has he been a villain besides the Circle?
No, not
Not that I
really.
can think of.
I mean
Sully?
Sully?
He's played kind of a prick in like comedies and stuff, but not like a villain.
Oh, he did. I mean, his first movie, Mazes and Monsters.
He wasn't a villain.
Doesn't he?
No, he was the boy that got lost.
Yeah.
or killed
I was
or
just
some shit.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's the one who lost his mind. He didn't go after any of the other kids when he was in his.
What, into the bathroom and jerk him off? I don't know what you're talking about.
No. When they were chasing him through the cave. I don't know. That movie's nuts.
I do not.
Talk about a 40-year-old TV movie where Tom Hanks plays D&D and the devil takes him over or some bullshit.
Brian, do you remember any films that Tom Hanks is a villain?
You've Got Mail.
That's true.
He is absolutely the fucking villain of that movie. Fucking gaslighting Meg Ryan the whole damn time.
Let's see. Four
Not
times.
really.
Yeah. I mean, hold on. 4 times where Tom Hanks was actually Road to Perdition.
Oh, yeah.
But he redeems himself in the end, doesn't he?
Spoilers. Sorry.
How the fuck Hey, guess what? Shawshank got out of jail.
What? Wait a minute, Tom Hanks was in Shawshank?
Well, his name's not Shawshank. Never mind. But
Cloud
Spoiler:
Atlas.
Soylent Green is people. Soylent Green is people. That's it.
The Lady Killers.
Lady Killers, yep.
again, a con man, but yeah.
As close to a villain as Tom Hanks can play.
Yeah. A charming con man.
They said Cloud Atlas. Nobody saw that.
Yeah. In one of the 8 timelines or whatever, he was a bad guy. Okay, I dig it.
That fucking movie. It's about as bad as Sully. Fuck that movie. I never even seen Sully. And
Castaway, we tried to come back and fuck up Helen Hunt's thing.
You know what? I don't disagree with you on You Got Mail. I'll agree with you on that.
Now I'm just trying to think of Tom Hanks movies.
I didn't like him.
Did he play Walt Disney?
Oh shit! Yeah, we played Walt Disney and Saving Mr. Banks or some shit like that.
We're interviewing Jody Benson. There will be no shaming Disney today.
Remember that time Tom Hanks was a Nazi sympathizer?
No
he saved the Boy Scouts.
No shaming Disney until September 23rd. Whatever. We have an embargo.
National Shame Disney Day. It's like wearing white after Labor Day, Steve.
You shame Disney too much, they won't release Phase 5 or whatever they're up to.
Jesus. Is anyone else Disneyed out?
I like Jungle Cruise.
You mean entertainment out? Because that's what Disney is, baby.
I just feel like there's a lot of Disney all the time, everywhere.
They're the WWE of movies? Ah.
No, they're the WB of movies.
No, because Disney actually has like decent stuff.
Yeah.
The WWE doesn't have anything.
They don't just keep bringing back Goldberg and John Cena.
What?
I don't know about you, but Brian, Goldberg's going to be facing Bobby Lashley in Saudi Arabia again. I'm just saying. It's going to be awesome.
Because the last time he was in Saudi Arabia, it wasn't a fucking disaster, and he almost fucking disabled himself permanently.
And Undertaker.
Yeah.
Undertaker's like, I don't need this shit anymore. I'm retiring. This fucking asshole.
Like,
fuck him.
Yeah, I'm so done with them right now.
I did like that AEW, a little wrestling talk, because you know what? Blake's not here, so fuck him. And Steven, you guys like wrestling, so...
we know AEW's like picking up all the pink slips from WWE, like CM Punk and all those guys.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Aleister Black's alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who knew? He went off that fucking building at Money in the Bank a year and a half ago.
Right?
It hasn't been seen since.
Nobody saw him after that.
That was the greatest thing to watch. That, like, did he just fall off a building? Like, what the fuck?
Right?
Yeah, fucking Rey Mysterio or whatever the other one was.
Yeah.
It was like, wait a minute.
Did he die?
Dead, bro?
See, Mysterio came back with his whole son thing, but yeah, it's like, so whatever happened to Aleister Black? And it's like, I don't know. We're like 6 pay-per-views later, and he hasn't shown up.
I think he's dead.
Vince McMahon actually
and then he
killed
just
him.
shows up on like a random like SmackDown or Raw or something. Like nothing happens. Like he's just like back from the dead. Like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, let's go with that.
It's kind of like when Hulk Hogan threw Zeus through the window. It's kind of like that in No Holds Barred. He just showed up at SummerSlam then.
Kind of.
And then he popped up in Friday like 2 years later.
Oh, tiny Lister.
Breath of silence.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was awesome.
You mean President of the Universe from Fifth Element?
Yeah.
Zeus was awesome because at SummerSlam, Hulk Hogan hitting him with chairs and everything else, but something in a purse that's about the size of like my finger can knock him out. Something was in that purse that killed Zeus. Nothing else hurts him, but this purse is.
What could kill Zeus? Prophylactic, if I know my Greek mythology.
But this past weekend was All Out AEW. Brian, you did not get that because you had to work the next day.
I did, yeah.
I got it, and it was amazing. It was a good one.
That's what she said.
I love Chris Jericho. I love MJF. That was a rough one to watch. That was not a good match. And then Big Show came out and destroyed QT Marshall or whatever. You knew that was going to be a 3-man match. But the rest of the card was really good. And then at the end, Adam Cole comes out, which is big because WWE supposedly made him $1 million a year offer, and Vince McMahon was high on him and wanted him to stay, and he said no. And Daniel Bryan is another free agent that was not fired by WWE, that he showed up as well. They both showed up.
And Ruby Riott.
And Ruby Soho is her name now. She's awesome.
Good.
You know what? I'll be Brian with those three. I'm more excited about those three than CM Punk, and I like Punk, but his match was okay. But I'm more excited about Adam Cole, Ruby, and Bryan Danielson is what he's going back to now.
Until there's no chance of them doing a Sting CM Punk angle, then I'm all in on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally like a bucket list match that I.
And who's that coming out the tunnel? The Desert Rose and Eddie. Oh my God, it's Sting! Sting has come with his tantric sex to take on CM Punk.
Wrong Sting. I think you mean the Kiss from a Rose Sting, right?
Seal.
That's Seal.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my God, and here comes his tag team partner, Seal.
How did he get those scars?
I would pay for that match. Sting and Seal versus Sting and Darby Allin. Let's do it. CM Punk thrown in there.
You heard AEW, get on it.
Is Sting still alive? The singer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
He's immortal.
Brian isn't allowed doing obituaries anymore, so I'm not caught up on who died.
Oh, trust me. When Sting dies, it's going to be like when David Bowie died or something. It's going to send ripples out there.
For my aunties, yes. It's going to be like a toss-up between Sting and Paul McCartney for what was going to be the biggest loss.
I have nothing to say after that.
You know, Paul McCartney, the guy that wrote Last Train to Clarksville, apparently?
Oh,
yeah,
that
he was
one.
one of the monkeys.
Gotcha. Blake was at a Beatles fan thing, right, Brian? What was that about? He went to someplace in Indiana and they had a Beatles festival, right?
Yeah, they do some big Beatles festival every year somewhere in Indiana. It's like a 2 or 3 day thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Well, they got them on pins on boards, and you're like, oh yes, and this is the Renaissance Beatle.
They have people that write books about the Beatles, and hey, this guy wrote a book about the Beatles.
Yeah, they're called ornithologists.
Yeah.
No, that's the birds.
Nope, wrong type of Beatles. Wrong type of Beatles. The dung beetle is my favorite beetle. Well,
I enjoy a good scarab.
I like the horned beetle. But yeah, the Beatles, and I'm good for you, whatever you like. But I'm I couldn't sit there and listen to that. Maybe about Bon Jovi, but that's about it.
Take the last train to Clarksville.
And I'll meet you at. Brian, since it is Wild Card Week, would you like to do the story about McDonald's and about the Federal Trade Commission looking into their ice cream machines?
Oh, God.
Can I look that article up?
You can. You do that one. You do you. While you look that up, Steve, Izzy, do you have any stories that you want to talk about?
R.I.P. to Michael K. Williams. I mean, sad to hear about how that went down, but star of The Wire and popped up just in, I don't know, any great television show you've seen the last 20 years.
Yeah. Lovecraft Country.
Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, those two, The Wire and Boardwalk Empire, man, there could never be anybody that would play those two characters anywhere near as good.
No. And he's been adamant, or he's been vocal about his past addictions and that, and it's just sad to see him die that way. I mean, he was 50 something, I believe, young 50s.
Yeah.
52, 53,
oh.
something like that.
So, yeah, that was sad to see. That was
just
really
a kid.
Yeah. It really is depressing. It's not much older. Jeez, old Pete.
And a couple of football players and stuff have like died recently, like the Hawaii quarterback Colt Brennan or whatever a month or so ago, and it was like, holy shit, he was like 38 or something, and I'm like, oh man. I talked about him on one of the podcasts when he died. It's like, and he had an overdose too. That guy was amazing because, you know, he's at the University of Hawaii, and he put the University of Hawaii on the map basically. Because ESPN never talked about it, but this guy was doing so many great things as a quarterback, and just the records he was breaking. They're like, oh shit, we actually have to pay attention out there. But yeah, that's another one that, oh man, that's awful. And I read an interview with his parents, and it was just what his parents tried to do to save him, and over and over again. I mean, it was really sad to see about Colt Brennan, but yeah. I guess we're just saying, don't do drugs, kids. Yeah, let's not. My oldest son, one of his friends at school was asked if he wanted drugs at the age of 11. I'm like, oh my god, are we having this talk already? We've always mentioned it, but like, never. Wait, sorry, I must have blacked out there. Your son was offered drugs? No, my son's friend. Oh, so he's the one, because we were basically, when we were kids, two things were going to happen. One, we were going to die in quicksand, and two, we were going to be offered free drugs by some random stranger or whatever, and neither of which have happened as of yet. And I'm 40, so I had cocaine. Well, it was crack. Offered to me and a buddy of mine while we were walking down town Atlanta at midnight years ago. We're good. We're going to keep going. So did you do it with Jeff or not? Oh, okay. But it was funny because my oldest son's friend is like, you do realize that both my parents are cops, right? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. That was it. But it was just funny. It's like, that's probably. And then it's like, oh, okay, you got your own then. You don't need to worry about it. Allegedly.
It was just riddling them.
My dad was a cop. I know how it is, Jason.
What are you talking about, Steve? Your dad had powdered donut.
Yeah, a lot of late night powdered donuts on that mirrored table. Was it the ones from the store or from like the Dunkin' Donuts? Oh, homemade, baby, homemade. Oh. No, so you had a fryer growing up. Jason, we're talking about cocaine. Oh. I did not follow that bouncing ball. I don't know if you know this, Steve and Izzy. I'm kind of stupid sometimes.
No.
I got every question wrong the other night in Jeopardy because the categories started with things that started with a T, and I didn't realize that. So my wife's like, did you not hear? It starts with T. And I was like, huh? Did I miss that? This dance was popular in 15th century Spain. What is the flamenco? Sorry. I was like, I'm just going to shut up now and walk over here. Damn you, Buzzy. So, Brian, do you have that article?
Yes, I do.
Tell us what's going on with McDonald's.
So, due to the ever breaking down of the McDonald's ice cream machines, the Federal Trade Commission has launched an investigation into why they are breaking down. While it would be entertaining to chalk up their involvement to some nefarious plot inside McDonald's headquarters to deny the people their McFlurries, McDonald's chronic ice cream issue is actually grouped into a larger topic of giving the American people the right to repair their broken technology. So it breaks down, and it's not them trying to limit only during certain hours for upkeep and conservation of power and blah, blah, blah.
It's definitely they've cleaned the machine and they're not going to get it. But also there is a thing, if it breaks down, they have the company that makes them is the only one allowed to work on it. Okay. So like they can't just train their staff members how to fix it and have spare parts. And this is actually
like elevators.
Yeah, or so there's a whole thing about John Deere tractors. You own the outside of it. You don't own the software to run it. You're like, how much software do you need to run a tractor? Well, think about your car. Your car has a computer. If, Nissan just said anything older than 10 years, we're just turning the computers off.
Yeah.
Because you don't own the software. You only own the hardware. And you're not allowed to fix it.
So,
what are you going to do? You're just going to get another car.
I may or may not have some experience with John Deere tractors in my job, and they're a pain in the ass. They really are after they get to a certain age. And this is there's a bunch of lawsuits that they're purposefully keeping very, very quiet, but will eventually affect everybody because it's the right to repair. Like, you crack your screen, Apple can say, no, we don't make replacement screens, and we'll sue anybody who tries to make replacement screens. You can't replace the screen, you have to replace the phone. Mm-hmm. They can legally do that now because we've let this shit slide for so long. There's precedents. And because you don't read your 87-page agreement.
And everybody says, oh, well, I'll just buy another brand. Well, what if all the brands just quietly agree to do this?
Yeah.
Which they will.
Yeah.
Fun fact about tractors, depend on most companies like John Deere, same key starts them all. So
yep.
Yeah.
Most tractors.
It's all software with your thumbprint and stuff. No.
Well, no. It's the hidden cameras to see what brand of overalls you're wearing.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just like the Toyota cars, right?
Well, the song
is like 5 keys.
It's Hondas. It's the 90s Hondas. It's my specific Honda. Opens with a butter knife.
Is it the Hondas with the flip-up headlights? Those were always cool.
No, mine's just a 96 Accord, but they only made 5 keys for like 10 years. So my keys open 1 in 5 Hondas, and yes, I have accidentally opened another car with the exact same paint job as mine in a parking lot before, and then gone, I don't have a CD player. Fuck.
I do now. I'm out.
Time to go.
I just like that, I just want to know how much bacteria gets into those ice cream machines at night that they have to go through a cleaning cycle.
All of it.
Ugh, I don't want to know that.
It's just kitchen equipment. All kitchen equipment gathers things. It's everything. You think bread machines at bakeries don't have to be cleaned all the time?
No. They're fine. The yeast takes it out.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's yeah.
What a blessed life you lead, Jason.
Here's the thing. If you think too hard about anything, you won't consume anything and you'll die. If you eat, you're going to die. If you don't eat, you're going to die.
Yeah. We do have some questions. Let's see here.
We do?
From our fans. Let's see here. Home Video Hustle, Brent. We love Brent.
What's up, Brent?
Who's he?
He came to the Cincinnati Comic Expo many years ago. You haven't been back since, have you?
He lives in Columbus. Calm down.
That's true. You get a chance to make a new Congo game. What's the genre? What celebs are doing voice acting? What's the plot? Like there's a plot in Congo. And who's the final boss? Sorry, my bad.
It's like a Congo video game, it is?
What's that?
It's like a Congo video game?
Yes, Congo video game.
All right. I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be... I mean, I like the idea of a first-person shooter, but I also like it to be like in the CGI realm of like the old Donkey Kong Super Nintendo games, like the 3D kind of cartoonish, but blah, blah, blah. And you're Amy, you're Monroe Kelly, you're the Monroe Kelly Jr., played by Michael B. Jordan. You're Laura Linney, what's her name? Karen something.
Karen.
You can have up to like 4 people, and you're just going up against killer apes and, warring tribes, or actually, no, we're going to have robots in this somehow. I don't know how.
Okay. Because the laser company, the laser telecom.
Oh shit, Travicom. Yeah.
They gotta get their diamonds back, so they build some robot apes to battle the evil apes.
Yeah, so try and take those diamonds from Zinch.
Does this take place after the movie?
Well, of course, yeah. It's like 25 years later. It's like present day. That's why Michael B. Jordan is the son of Ernie Hudson and Laura Linney.
Laura Linney's the action star 25 years later.
Yeah. Oh god. And there's going to be like the same kind of scene where like in the airplane you got to shoot the rockets with the flare guns, and you're going down the river with the hungry hippos. You got to keep at bay.
Who's the main bad guy at the end? Tim Curry?
I mean, obviously, unfortunately, Herkimer Hamilcar died at the end, but we didn't know he had a son who grew up to be Mads Mikkelsen.
Gotcha.
Hamilcar Schlemmer Hamilcar. And, Armie Hammer.
Oh,
Armie Hammer is Herkimer Hamilcar's son. Yeah. And he's joined forces with Travacom's competitor, Hamilcar. And
Armie Hammer doesn't need a name in it. He's just Armie Hammer. He's the villain.
Yeah. That's just it. It's like, oh, you thought I was heir to the Arm and Hammer franchise? No. I'm diversified.
Nice to eat you.
And that's exactly it. You gotta watch out. He's half killer ape. He'll eat him.
Brian, would you buy this game?
No, never.
But it's Armie Hammer.
It's only $30, brand new. You can get it for like $15 download online on PS Store.
I feel like you don't need cutting edge graphics on this one. I feel like it could be like the Commodore 64C games, like the Sega Genesis type graphics. I think that would make it better.
That's what I was saying, like Donkey Kong, Super Nintendo,
Donkey Kong
polygons
Country
and whatnot, but it's not like super high resolution. Oh, did I mention Predator shows up towards the end? Yeah, don't worry about it. Surprise.
Shit.
Which Predator one though? From which movie?
All of them. No, I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean? Which Predator?
Oh, obviously it's going to be the Predator man, the bounty hunter.
Oh, from the last one? Oh no, from the original.
No, the one from
Predators.
Yeah, I think Predators. The one where they fleeing a kid.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Requiem.
Requiem.
AV pre. Oh shit! It's the Predalien.
The Predalien. Yes, there we go.
Should have been called the Alienator. Just throwing that out there.
Let's see here.
Let me know how that game turns out, Brett.
Oh yeah. I'll be sure to get on that.
Brian, start working on this. I actually do.
No.
I could have sworn there was a Congo Super Nintendo game. I'm going to look into that.
It wasn't Super Nintendo. Brent brought it up when we were talking with him about it. It was like a first-person shooter. I think it was like Sega Dreamcast or some shit.
Okay. Did you ever read the book? Did I ask you this?
Is there a book? No.
Congo?
I think we read a couple articles about the book and like how it differed and stuff, but
it's still not good. The apes were using bows and arrows in it. It was not good. I read that book. I was like, oh, this movie's going to be awful. I got to go see it. So I did.
It's no timeline.
Oh, fuck that movie. Hey,
but I love that book. That book was so good.
Time traveling through mirrors, guys. That's how we're going to do it.
Let's bring a grenade back in the Crusade times. That makes sense. The medieval times. Let's throw a grenade around. Yeah, that's going to help.
Yeah. Hey, we're traveling through time via mirrors, okay?
It did have Brian's favorite comedian, Billy Connolly, in it. It did.
Oh.
So, Brian, I got a thing for you from Randall Holt.
Oh, okay. What do we got?
How many times have you listened to the new Iron Maiden album?
They have a new album out?
I think they do. He said he's listened 10 times. I've listened 0. Brian, I'm going to say you listened 0 because you didn't know it came out.
I had no idea that they had a new album out.
I don't think they did either. Steven,
is it best of?
How many times have you listened to it?
We prefer not to say simply because we're not going to feed into the algorithm machine.
Gotcha. Are you going to get on your phone as Iron Maiden?
I don't think I've listened to an Iron Maiden album since 1992.
I'm sorry, Randall. I graduated high school. And then I stopped listening to it. Let's see here. Jean-Claude Van Candice has, what do you wear when you sleep? Brian, what do you wear when you sleep?
I wear shorts.
Okay.
All right.
That was a short and easy one. Steve,
I mean, I don't like wear a tuxedo, or I don't get like dressed up or anything.
Oh, okay. You know what? For the podcast, you probably should say that you just wear this tuxedo. It would be easier.
Well, I want to thank Candace, the new third co-host of the Bloody Bits podcast, for sending in that question. Shout out.
Yep.
You can hit them up on all the major podcatchers. I wear boxer shorts, mostly just to keep,
the boys in line.
Keep things from wandering.
Yeah, keep things from, meandering in the night.
I wear like a full turn of the century frock, like head to toe. Wouldn't want my husband to see an ankle or a wrist accidentally. We do have sex through a sheet.
Also to keep things from wandering.
So you're kind of like Kelly McGinnis from Witness, the old movie.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Like that.
I do have a pointy like cap that I wear to bed. Keep the do looking nice.
Did you say a cap or a cat?
Cap.
Oh, okay.
With the P.
Okay. Gotcha.
I do have my 3 kitties. They keep me warm. It's much safer than having the like hole in the cast iron thing at your feet.
Gotcha. Good call. Yeah. Good call.
No, I wear shorts and a tank top.
Shorts and a t-shirt. Shorts and a t-shirt. Let's see here. And
Wait,
Brian,
Jason, what do you wear on the last train to Clarksville?
Tuxedo. I class it up. The new Hobie polo shirts. Just saying. Let's see.
Yeah.
Brian, this is towards you because you're in charge of the guests since you're the intern. This is from Stork, Episodic Geek.
Who?
Never heard of them.
How come I've only been invited to appear on Hobie once? Brian?
Well, the one time we invited him, he didn't turn his camera on.
Good call. That is a good call.
So I feel like that's half the battle. Like
That's weird. We don't turn our camera on, and we keep getting invited back.
Yeah, but we're not assholes.
Ah, that's probably it.
So they said it. I didn't.
You're not from Pittsburgh. That's the other thing, too.
Right.
Stork, they can't handle as much raw talent as you have.
That's true. That's true.
Also, how many times has Brian been invited on to Besotted Geek? Just throwing that one out there.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
Weird.
Why don't you get Brian
very
on that
weird.
show? Jerks. Jeez.
Yeah, what episode of Star Trek Next Generation do you want to review?
Oh, God.
So there's a reason why I haven't been invited.
Brian, just grade every Star Trek episode as a 3.0 or 3.4, and you'll never be asked back. It's fine. It's fine. Or just mention the Orville was a better Star Trek series than the actual Star Trek series. Because it is. God bless the Orville.
We just saw a couple episodes of Enterprise where Seth MacFarlane popped up on there as like random ensign and engineering. And it's like, oh shit,
Really?
that's right. Family Guy was a thing like season 3 back then.
I will say like I like when they do have Star Trek pop up on Family Guy. That's always humorous, especially Picard. He's always kind of funny on that. Let's see here. Real quick, did anybody watch What We Do in the Shadows? Brian, do you watch that series?
It is on our list. We haven't started it yet.
Oh my God.
We actually just watched the first 2 seasons and I love it.
Did you watch the new episodes this season yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just caught up on Hulu like in the past 4 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd seen the document. We saw the original movie, and then we like added it to the watch list, and then I don't know. We were like, oh shit, we never got to that. Hurry!
Brian, I will say the episodes are only a half hour, give or take a couple extra minutes. So it goes by quick. And I would say the first couple episodes are good, but it really starts to pick up like halfway through the first season. And it's fantastic. Second season is so much better even too. Third season, the first 2 episodes were good, not great, but still enjoyable. Basically, the one episode, they're part of the vampire council, and they're going to like these young hipster vampires that haven't paid their dues in like 6 months, and they're like, you need to pay your dues. They're like, you guys don't represent us. We're starting our own council, and one that like living wages and all that stuff. And so that was kind of humorous, just like these little hipsters and that. But yeah, that was the second episode, I think. But the first two episodes were okay. They're still enjoyable. It's What We Do in the Shadows. It's a great series. But yeah, Brian, I would definitely recommend checking it out. You and Dr. Dana. Great series.
Yeah, she's been wanting to start it for a while, but things just keep popping up that we're like, oh, yeah, we want to watch that. And then it just keeps getting bumped on the list.
Have you watched anything recently? Any new shows?
So we finished season 1 of the Jason Momoa series C on Apple TV. Unbelievably good.
Okay. Because we keep seeing the commercials for that, and now I guess Dave Bautista's coming on to season 2. And I was like, wait, what's the premise of this show? And I looked it up, and it was like, oh, it's post-apocalyptic, everyone's blind. Okay, I don't know.
Basically, that's the premise of every Apple TV show. We're like, oh, that's not for us. Good thing we don't have Apple TV.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it?
But you say it's good, so
it's very good. We started it probably 6 months ago, and then we just kind of never went back to it. But then we had finished up another series, so I was like, let's just try it again. And by the third episode, we were hooked. And he's so good, man. It's but so we started season 2. We watched the first episode where Batista's introduced, and so not really a spoiler, but they're brothers.
Yeah, that came up in the commercial.
I think it's going to set up to be a really good season.
Are they going to meet up at SummerSlam, though? That's the real question.
Oh, shit.
Is this
TLC or one of those events?
Brian, is this a prequel to Aquaman?
No.
Okay. So, does it take place on Earth?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just post-apocalyptic?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's Blade Runner 2099.
Gotcha. That was one of the first series that came out for Apple, wasn't it, Brian?
Yes. That in the morning show were a couple of the first two that they put out.
Okay.
That's the Jennifer Aniston one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually just saw a trailer for that today. So that's the new second season of that should be coming out soon.
Did with season 2, do they release them all at one time, or is it weekly?
So the first season they dropped them all at once, but now Apple's going to the every Friday thing.
Okay.
So the first 2 or 3 episodes are out. But they'll be dropping every Friday.
Gotcha.
I think most streaming services are starting to do that now, where they're doing it once a week, basically becoming their own channels when they're releasing things now.
Yeah, I think everybody except for Netflix.
You know what? We've talked about this before on the show. I like that idea of every week. I think Amazon does the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then they do weekly. Because we talked about a couple of years ago. So when The Boys came out, right, for Amazon, they dropped the whole first season. And it was great. No, I'm sorry, not The Boys. Yeah, it was The Boys. I'm sorry, yeah. And it was also, what's the other one? The Umbrella Academy? Do they do that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that
was Netflix, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Netflix dropped the Umbrella Academy, and then Amazon dropped The Boys, all the season, the whole first seasons. By the time the Cincinnati Comic Expo came around, shameless plug, from 2019, it wasn't as popular because all the season Umbrella Academy was done at the end of July. So when these guys came for September, was the Fast Guy, the Train, whatever it is, and
A-Train.
Yeah, A-Train. Yeah. He was popular, but he wasn't as popular as you would think, because I think everybody was like, "Yep, we saw it. We're good. Have a good day."
That was so last month.
Yeah, in all honesty. So I think it's genius that they do it, and I have no problem doing that. I feel like it's easier for me to watch them each week than to go, oh, damn, I got to binge watch 10 episodes in a row.
Yeah, it wasn't like Mandalorian, the first one, try that out and it worked out so well that now everybody's like, oh, yeah, why be the talk for a week or two when it could be 3 months? And
they had the fanboys, I don't like it, I have to wait. Oh, shut up.
Or you're Steve and Izzy and you wait until all the episodes are out and then we just binge the season. Yeah, everybody else is like, did you see this episode? I was like, nope, we're going to see it in about 6 more weeks.
Yeah, we watched Loki like last week. Yeah.
We still have 2 episodes left. Damn it. My daughter and my oldest son were like, we want to see it. I was like, then pick a day. I got to see this. And they're like, oh, you haven't watched it yet? I was like, no, I was waiting for you. We saw the first 4 episodes together. So, yeah, I'm still behind on Loki. And we love the series, all 3 of us. But, yeah, I'm still behind on that one. Let's see. Anything else, Steve and Izzy, that you can think of?
We've almost finished watching all of Enterprise, and it's better than I remember it being.
Okay.
When you can skip through that intro song, it makes the show significantly better. That intro song did it no favors.
Is Enterprise with Scott Bakula?
Yes.
Yeah.
How long was that on for? How many seasons?
4 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 4 seasons, 96 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good run for it. I mean, we're down to like the last 6 or 7 episodes, which are really like 2 or 3 episodes because they're all 2 or 3 parters. Yeah, I feel like they had half a season, found out they weren't getting a next season. They're like, well, we can drag these out.
Yeah. So our next morning show, is it going to be? Are we going to work our way through Supernatural? All 700 seasons?
Oh my god.
There's got to be something else out there.
We got to count how many times Dean dies.
Not enough.
17.
He's coming back.
Sometimes dead is better.
That's right. Go on down that cemetery, bring back my brother.
I would love to watch Supernatural, but I'm intimidated by their 18 seasons.
Yeah, and they're like full seasons too. Like they're all 20 to 25 episode seasons.
Yeah, 13 seasons of like 22 episodes.
How many seasons, Brian?
I think it's 13.
Oh my god.
Dr. Dana watched it like up through like 9 or 10 and then stopped and then has, I think, started rewatching it. So yeah, there's a lot.
It's kind of like Walking Dead. I'm pot committed now. I have to finish it.
So same with like Walking Dead. Like we missed like the last 4 that they put out last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have them. We just haven't watched them. And then like, so we're like, now we're, I guess, like 7 episodes behind.
So depending on the 4 episodes, Brian, those might have been standalone featurettes. You don't need to watch them if you don't want to. The one is,
I mean, I will, because I've seen, I mean, up to that point, I've seen everything. So like, I'm not gonna, like, I want to watch them. It's just, another one of those things, like, just haven't.
I have not watched the 3rd episode yet of the season. The first 2 episodes of Walking Dead, fantastic this season. Really,
I've read really good stuff about it. So
I think them having an endpoint helps. Right, like you're focused now. Like they know where they're going.
You know where you're going. You know how you're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure, that definitely has to help.
I think
I did see that they're looking potentially to do a Negan spinoff.
Okay.
Which I think would be very interesting.
They are doing a Carol and Daryl spinoff. They open up a bed and breakfast in Vermont. Wacky shenanigans happen. Is my brother Daryl. But yeah, I really don't know if I have any inclination to watch a Daryl and Carol spinoff. Negan, I would.
I would probably watch it, but it would just be out of pure pot commit. Like I don't know.
Steve, Izzy, do you guys have a show that you're so pot committed that you have to watch? You don't hate it, but you're just like, whatever. You're kind of indifferent to it, but you still finished it.
I mean,
did we mention we're watching Star Trek?
Okay, besides Star Trek.
No. Yeah, I mean,
the last season of Malcolm in the Middle sort of felt that way.
yeah.
Like it wasn't bad, but it just was. The rest of the show had been so good, it was really, really hard for it to live up to.
Mm-hmm.
When we rewatched that,
I still haven't watched the last season of Dexter.
Yeah, so speaking of that, that's another one that we're going to go back and rewatch before the new limited series comes out in October, November.
Okay.
So that's another one that we're looking at.
I felt this. You were saying Malcolm in the Middle, Izzy. We felt my wife and I felt the same way about Castle. The last two seasons were, and even kind of Modern Family. Those were the two shows that were like, well, we're pot committed. Let's go. Let's finish this.
Might as well.
Yeah. I mean, the Fast and Furious movies.
How dare you? They're only getting better every time. Magnets.
Look, as long as they obey the laws of physics, nobody will die.
Yeah.
Brian, did you see the new one yet?
I still haven't seen
What?
9.
What?
I know, man. Like,
Brian, come on, man.
having a job and, like, doing stuff outside of watching TV.
I think it's out on
getting
DVD
annoying.
now. I think you can find it.
I don't even
I-
have a Blu-ray player anymore.
I did make
Blu-ray.
I did make Steve
Ooh, la
watch.
di da, Blu-ray. Oh,
I did make Steve watch every episode of Jackson Galaxy Cat Whisperer.
Jesus Christ!
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what was that?
I made Steve watch every episode of Jackson Galaxy the Cat Whisperer.
What the hell is that?
What does it sound like, Jason?
My bad. Is that the guy with the crazy hair?
No, he has no hair. He's bald. And he wears like rockabilly jackets, and he makes cats get along with each other. We had
Yeah, imagine if Guy Fieri taught cats.
Oh,
It was bald.
Yeah. Was this on Discovery or Animal Planet?
something like that. Yeah.
Yes, I know who this is. We've seen this guy. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We when Steve met me, I had a cat who was a legitimate sociopath, and I wanted Steve to get to know cat behavior so he could help me deal with my lunatic cat.
Break him.
His name was Castor Troy because he was a supervillain.
Woo!
Is that him right there?
Yes, Jackson Galaxy, give him the slow blink.
Put him back in the box.
Oh, yeah.
You give the kitties the slow blink. It means I love you and kitty.
This guy, he's selling.
But don't kitties make a little bit more sense to you now?
Yeah, a little bit. Still horrible.
This guy is crazy. I do remember him. So he has a JacksonGalaxy.com because obviously he's selling stuff. Urine Luck.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Urine Luck Bundle. Get it? Urine Luck
Yeah. Because cat pee is terrible.
It has stain and odor remover, safe space for cats, and mini black light. I don't know if I want a black light, okay?
I don't want no goddamn black light in my house.
Do you want to not find the cat pee? Because that's how you don't find the cat pee.
I feel like there's going to be lots of semen in there, too. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Major
clean
Jason
it
Mojo.
up.
Lost and Found.
Yeah, especially if Jason just visited.
The Major Mojo Cat Kicker. Are you kicking cats? I don't know what that is.
No, cats
Yeah.
like to kick.
Oh.
Everybody was cat food fighting.
He has... Wait a minute, time out. Did you say cats like to kick?
Yes.
Yes, when they get really excited and they're like gonna like quote unquote murder their toy, they hold it in their little front paws and they like rabbit kick with their back paws.
Really?
They like
So-
to make their own ground beef.
Yes. So our newest cat that we just adopted like 3 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
she does the exact same thing. Like, she actually just did it to me before we started recording. I was sitting on the couch. She came out of nowhere, jumped up on the couch, and wrapped around my hand and just started, like, kicking me and scratching me.
Is that like a dominance thing?
And it just means they're like super excited. So she
Oh,
was
okay.
overstimulated from something.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like thumper. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, but it's their little needle claws in your flesh.
which is great. I love it.
It's the best thing ever. It's why people own cats. You can be shredded to ribbons.
Correct.
Jackson Galaxy has how to get your cat to stop biting your ankles. Should you walk your cat on a leash? Let's see here.
That depends. Do you want to keep it? Very important question.
Our natural holistic solutions have been helping pets for over 20 years.
Get them high.
Oh, he's a big proponent of kitty drugs.
Let's see here. He's got declaw solution. He's got winter blues solution. Holiday stress. I feel like all these bottles are the same thing. He's just renaming them something different.
Holiday stress for your fucking cat.
Yes, they get very upset when all those people come over, Steve. It's like your wife. You know how I like to crawl under the couch when people come over, and then I just cry and cry and cry until you pet my head? The cats will do that,
I'm not going to talk about my brother coming to visit last night.
He's got a Happy Tummy one, and it's $28. It's a 2-ounce bottle.
Kitties love to puke.
For $28? Look at that.
That's how you know it works, Jason.
Oh, there's Brian's cat.
Oh, little calico kitty.
It is a cute cat. I'm not a big cat fan, but she's cute. Is it he or she?
That's a girl.
No, she's
it's Penelope.
Fun fact, only girls come in that color. Boys don't come in that color.
What color is that?
That is a calico.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Calico and tortoiseshell, the orange and black mix, is an XX gene. You can't get it with an XY.
That's a big fluffy tail she's got.
Yeah.
So fluffy.
I can't
What
believe
is this kitty's name?
I can't believe that's some nice Funko Pops,
Penelope.
Brian.
Penelope.
Penelope.
Is that?
I don't have many, but
Is there a Riverdale one? Is there a Riverdale? No.
Yeah,
the Funko things in the background?
Yeah, but it's Veronica, so nobody wants it.
I kind of feel like Brian's moving throughout the house for those listening, and it kind of looks like a Ghost Hunters thing. Where are you going, Brian? Where are you going? Don't open the basement. No, don't go down the steps. Don't do it.
The Ed Hardy shirt isn't helping him much with the Ghost Hunters thing.
I was
You're
like,
the guy that hung himself here in 1884.
we were, wife and I were watching something about like most haunted places in America or whatever, some bullshit. And it was always great because they're like, well, according to rumors, so-and-so committed suicide here, but before that, they killed 6 people in this room. Did you look in the history books for this? No. Did you?
Oh, they didn't document deaths back then.
Yeah,
in the 60s?
Yeah. It's like, instead of just going on folklore, why don't you look this up? Why don't you tell me the name of the movie? Like, come on.
Why don't you just prove to me Sasquatch exists?
Oh,
Or
that's
there's
what
anything
we
on
watched.
Oak Island besides buttons and shit.
There's not. But guys, watch Sasquatch.
Is that a movie?
It's a 3-episode, like little mini documentary thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a little 3-hour movie. But it's about a investigative journalist. Like he's the guy who you see his face, you'll be like, oh, I've seen the articles, about that guy. He's the one who like lived undercover with like the skinheads to like expose all the like hate crime rings, and he's the guy who like lived with meth heads for a while and stuff like that. He worked on a pot farm in his like early 20s and supposedly 3 guys got murdered by a Sasquatch. And so he's going back up to rural California, Northern California, to try and like figure out what happened. And as somebody from like Northern California, like when you think California, most people think like, oh, Hollywood and palm trees. Like basically everything from like Sacramento to Canada, like except for like Seattle and Portland, is just trees and meth.
Are you trying to say Big Sasquatch is a meth head?
I'm saying that meth heads see a lot of Sasquatch.
So it's on Hulu. It's David Holthouse, and it's 3 episodes. It premiered in April. And after hearing a haunting story about a savage Bigfoot attack, David Holthouse revisits Northern California 25 years later to hunt for evidence that might lead to the truth about what happened. Spoilers, he doesn't find the evidence. Why? Because we've heard about it. I always like these.
There might be some ongoing investigations.
I always like these things because I'm not naive enough to. I'm not naive. I do think that there's stuff out there like you probably have not explored, right? Because we're always exploring the ocean, right? You're always finding new species. There's a lot of forest out there. But I always like the justification why we don't find Sasquatch. All these hunters are like, well, they bury their dead bodies. What? Yeah, anytime a Sasquatch dies, they bury them, so that's why you don't find them. Oh, okay, that's why there's never been a carcass in 200 years. It's like, that seems a little shady, right?
Jason,
Well, see-
do you bury your dead?
No, we actually stuff and mount them.
No.
So Jason, like, I will say there's definitely very definitely good idea, but also, there's a new species of antelope. It's about the size of a cow, so it's like 2,000 pounds. This is a big animal. It was only discovered in 2015.
Okay.
It lives in the rural mountains of China. Mm-hmm. Farmers for decades have been saying that, or for centuries have been like, no, we have these giant deer up here. They're they exist. And everybody's like, no, they don't exist. We've never seen one. Nobody's ever caught one. It wasn't until 2015 when a farmer finally just shot one and drug it to town. And they're like, well, how come we haven't found any skulls or anything? And it's like, because there's only about 300 of them. It's a very tiny population of these giant fucking animals.
I just picture this guy named George. He's a farmer. George, shut the fuck up. No one believes about your deer. You know what? That's it. I'm done.
No, there's these huge deer out here. I see them sometimes. See, fuckers, this is what I meant.
And then Kung Fu George karate chops that son of a bitch and brings him back to town and is like, told you.
Yeah, but look at it. It's the Saola. I think it's Saola. But if you look up Chinese unicorn, it comes up. It's gigantic animal that didn't exist to white people until 2015. So, things like that come up, and it's like, okay.
It means it's a Pierre David's deer is what they're called.
Okay.
700 of them as of 2015 in China. Steve, I could see them shooting this deer. George is dragging it back, goes into the bar. Here you go, Frank, fuck you, and throws it on the bar table.
Somebody owes me a drink.
I mean, come on. Here we go. I'm sorry. Izzy, I got you here. Make sure this is the right one. Oh, no, it's not good. It's behind a paywall. I just want to know about deer, bastards. New species of deer discovered. Sorry, you have to pay. No, screw you, South China Sunday News. Here we go. Giant Chinese elk. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Those things are pretty impressive.
They're huge.
And I'm not discounting Bigfoot, but there's some issues I have. Well, we've never seen one because they bury their dead. How do you fucking know they bury their dead? Have you seen a gravesite? And if so, you probably should have fucking dug up those graves so you could prove it, right? That's my issue with it. That's my issue.
Yeah. Jason's all for grave robbing.
Yeah.
If it proves, it's like fucking ghost hunters. I'm not saying there's not something out there, but all these fucking shows, they go into these, well, this is the haunted prison, I'm looking for ghosts. And then they hear a sound, they're like, we're running away. No, your job is to go to the voice.
You said the devil's here.
Bro, I just touched my butt. I swear I just touched my butt.
Oh, feel this, it's cold.
Hey, where's your thermometer you was using 10 minutes ago? I don't know.
Oh, man, it dropped half a degree. That means a demonic possession. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's my issue. Is and people are like, well, you would run away too. My job isn't to find a fucking ghost, is it? If my job is to find a ghost, you go find a ghost. That's your job. Go find
Jason,
a ghost.
Have you ever had a ghost encounter?
What's that?
Have you ever had a ghost encounter?
I feel like, I think there's eerie things signs maybe, well, that's kind of creepy, this and that. I can't pinpoint anything right now, but you dream something and then it kind of happens. That's more like deja vu, but then there's you've been in these places and you just feel unsettling and all that. But I don't know if there's any, I don't discount that there could be ghosts, but I don't know how in this day and age we don't have something that proves it, right? I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys believe in ghosts? Brian?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
my thought is that your energy goes somewhere, right? When you die.
Yeah.
But I don't know where. Like, could energy stay in a house that you have a love for or something, like, or around people?
Yeah, it is like attached to the walls or something, or just kind of float around the ether, or get charged into your cell phone.
Reincarnation.
That's what I was going to say. It's more so of a reincarnation than a ghost feeling for me, personally.
So you're Steve, you're talking like the energy goes into like your cell phone, like in Gremlins 2 with the electric gremlin, right? It just floats around.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And I go around fucking with people, frying their PS5s,
Maybe.
Oh, that's what the red ring of death is.
Oh.
Red ring of death. White ring of death. Ring of death.
I'm under the belief that your energy goes somewhere. Now, whether it's a ghost, I don't know. Steve, Izzy, your thoughts?
I do believe in ghosts. I don't believe every ghost encounter out there is a ghost encounter, because I know for a fact there's a lot of mental illness that's not addressed. But I will say, like, we moved around into a lot of borderline illegal rental houses because my parents had terrible rental history when I was a kid. So we lived in some real shit shacks. And I remember, like, one of the nicer houses, it was just like 60s track home in the middle of the valley, a little like ranch house. We were moving in. We had 3 days to move because, 3-day pay or quit eviction. The first night we got like a third of our stuff there. And my mom and I decided to stay at the new house. And my dad and my sister decided to stay at the old house. So at this time we had a cat. He was at the old house. And me and my sister each had a goldfish. And they were like 12 inches long. We just let these goldfish like grow as big as they could. We had like a big 40-gallon tank we kept them in. So me and my mom decided to sleep. The house was L-shaped. So we decided to sleep in the farthest bedroom, like at the farthest end of the L. The other end of the L was like the kitchen, the dining room, the living room. Like you come in through the dining room and then, like all the bedrooms are down the L. So me and mom were just like sharing the like farthest one because we had like an air mattress or whatever. I was 14, she was like in her 40s. We're sharing an air mattress, whatever. We're about to fall asleep. And I swore I heard giggling down the hall. Okay. And I woke my mom up because we had no idea how long this house had been empty. So totally could have been kids sneaking in the back. Like, who knows? So I woke my mom up. And she was like, "Oh, it's your fish tank. The water must be low." And she rolls over. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Mom, fish are at the other house." She shot right up in bed. The noise just stopped. And we didn't hear it the rest of the night. When we did finally move in, we had... my parents had some of those like 70s, the Bauhaus style chairs. So they were the dining room chairs that the legs were like made of pipes.
Yeah.
So when they slid on the tile, they made like a very specific like of like weird cheap aluminum pipes on shitty linoleum.
Yes.
You would hear that noise about 2 a.m. almost every night. And it was loud enough that the cat would leave the dining room and come bolting down the hall. So
there you go.
It's a very specific noise. That's not like those type of chairs sliding on linoleum does not sound like air in the pipes. And
there's certain things like, not to go back to it, but like say like ghost hunters, right?
Yeah.
My biggest issue is like you go into these houses, like these like TV shows. Let's do TV shows for example. These ghost hunters go into a place. They're already amped up, right? They're already excited. Yeah. They're looking for anything that can be unexplained. And so I think a lot of that, I don't believe 99.9% of the stuff that they show.
Oh, no.
And especially when they run away from the fucking noise.
Right? Like, go check it out.
Yeah. Your thing is a little bit more personal because you're not expecting that, right? You're not going into the house expecting something there. So I can understand that. But then maybe it is an energy thing, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it's the way the house is sloped for the chairs to move, right? I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that I don't discount what you're saying at all. I think there could be something out there. I have no idea. But I feel like when you go into like these other things like the ghost hunters and all that, they're looking for anything. And even if you're not on TV, if you're a ghost hunter going into a building, you're amped up, ready to expect to find something, right? And anything
Absolutely.
you hear is not credible, is my thought. So,
Oh yeah. No. So I wanna clarify. Like, I don't believe all the stuff on most of the Ghost Hunter shows.
Sure.
I want to believe in ghosts so much. I become actually like the ultimate skeptic because I want to believe so much. I want real proof. I don't want a flash photo of your hair in front of the lens that's all weird and blurry. I want to dismiss that. I don't want like a weird dust particle floating past the camera. Orbs are orbs are bullshit. I want to see a fucking ghost. So like, I don't want matrixing. I don't want like weird pixelization. I want facts.
Well, the important thing is we're going to get these facts on the season finale of Oak Island coming on November 3rd.
Oh, also completely unwatchable. Everybody, don't even bother. The Skinwalker Ranch series, total fucking bullshit. They spent I'm assuming 3 episodes because of the titles. I couldn't get through the first 10 minutes of the second episode. But like Skinwalker Ranch has a cool history.
Yes.
It's downwind from all the atomic bomb testings. It's where Native Americans would enslave each other in that area. Like, there's a lot of fucked up history in that area. And they argue about digging a fucking hole for like an hour and a half.
And that show, I saw the first episode, Izzy. That is awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
The first episode had me just intrigued enough to try the second episode. And I got 10 minutes in and had to turn it off.
Yeah. That one, I agree. Like, people were saying that all this stuff goes around at Skinwalker Ranch and that. I think a lot of that is just from the chemicals coming up from the ground, to be honest.
Yeah, it was downwind from all the chemical testing. That's why I think that if you dig, you're going to stir up all this stuff. But they won't let them test because guess what? Radioactive signatures and the decay rate. We have tons and tons of documentation of that.
Yeah.
Guess what? That can cause weird swelling. That can cause hallucinations. That can cause shit to glow in the dark.
Hey, Brian, your job as the intern is to go on a ghost hunt. Get College Scab Jeff up. He used to do them. And I need you to find me a ghost. Find me a ghost. That's your job.
Bring it to Cincinnati Comic Expo.
I will not be doing that. I went on one of those ghost tours. And where were we? We were in Gatlinburg. It was like a haunted, like Tennessee haunted ghost tour thing. It was the dumbest shit ever. Like a waste of money. Like we walked like 3 miles through like downtown Gatlinburg, and this 24-year-old kid was like, "Yeah, if you look up here at this angle in the light, you'll see an orb." Like, fuck you.
It's called street light, you dipshit. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes. And if I close my eyes and press on my eyelids, I can also see yours.
Yeah, see, now Gatlinburg may be bullshit, but I really like the tours down in New Orleans. I've been on a few of those, like cemetery tours, city tours. Yeah. The atmosphere and everything's fantastic. Plus, you get a couple cocktails and
and their tour guides.
You'll go back in time.
Don't their tour guides have to be certified historians?
Oh, of course.
They have to get a license.
I mean
to
the
do
legit
it?
ones, but
and then like we took the vampire hunting tour because when we went, my cousin was 14 and Twilight was all the rage. So, but I gotta say, like it was a great job. And like in between the bullshit stories, it was like, oh, and this is where they filmed Interview with the Vampire, and this is where Nick Cage lived for 6 years. And
did you kill a vampire on the tour?
I didn't get a chance to kill one. I maimed one a little bit, but that might have just been a hobo. I don't know.
You're better than Kate Beckinsale in Van Helsing the movie, then. We haven't killed one in 100 years. You are awful.
Terrible at your job.
Brian, at the end of the Gatlinburg tour, did you get an airbrush shirt?
No, we got some saltwater taffy, and
was that haunted?
And they said if. Yeah.
Spooky
Did you get
taffy.
fudge?
Yeah, some fudge and some saltwater taffy.
Gotcha. Because what is Gatlinburg known for? Fudge and saltwater taffy.
I mean, when I think Gatlinburg,
just like Salt Lake City,
just like downtown Sacramento. Oh my God, are they all the same place?
Oh my God, every city in America is famous for their fudge and taffy. We've been gone.
And taffy.
By the way, I think this is a perfect time to announce Steve and I's new podcast. Steve and Izzy review the food at haunted zoos and aquariums.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
Do you like animals? Do you like ghosts? Do you like drunk people? Bam, all three.
You know, here is that we had a tiger die in this cage. It still haunts the zoo to the day. Does it? I don't think it does. If Harambe doesn't haunt the Cincinnati Zoo still, then there's no other haunted zoo in this country. They took Harambe away
There's an abandoned zoo with a dead shark still in the tank. I saw an article about it.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean it's haunted or is it just decaying?
No.
Yes.
So it was a preserved shark.
Oh, it was
it's
a
at an abandoned
preserved
wildlife park.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's super eerie. Here we go. Rosie the shark. It's a preserved great white shark at Crystal World Exhibition Centre in Australia. It was originally preserved in a glass tank of formaldehyde to be on display in Bass, Victoria, which closed in 2012 and never reopened. It's still there, and people break in and take pictures. And if you all want to Google Rosie the shark, it is horrifying.
That is okay. Now I'm intrigued.
I'm good.
Think of formaldehyde.
Brian,
Jesus.
I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. Why would you want to see that in the first place? Like when it was an open exhibit, right?
It's a real great white shark.
Yeah.
There was a super shady guy who used to bring in Sacramento, he would bring his 18-wheeler big rig that was just, the back of it was just a tank, and he had the saddest, sickest looking shark in the back. He would park it in the sun at the California State Fair and people could go see it. We went and saw it when we went.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrifying.
But why would you think that would be, not you guys, but hey, you know what? Let's get a shark in there. A dead one. Just keep it there. You're in Australia. Great white sharks are all around your beaches. Just go out in the ocean.
Yeah, it's like feeding seagulls here. You just throw some bread and they come
Why
out.
would I want to see a tiger when I can just go in the jungle and get eaten by one? Great idea, Jason.
I'm just saying.
Did you look up Rosie the shark?
I
Not
did,
to go back
and it's
to
frightening.
Yeah.
What, Brian?
It's horrifying, right?
not to circle back to Gatlinburg, but it was when I was growing up, I always remember seeing all the places that had bears. You could go in and pay and see bears.
Yeah.
In the back of you could go buy your airbrush T-shirt and your fake moccasins, and then go in the back and pay $10 and see bears in a cage.
Oh, poor bears.
It sucked. I hate it so much.
Yeah, they're always a
Thankfully,
little mangy and
yeah.
And either the sad thing is when the bear attacks and chews a person's arm off, they'll blame the bear.
Right. Yeah, it's always the animal's fault.
Yeah. I know I hit that with a cattle prod 6 times, but and then it maimed me. It's the bear's fault. My bad.
But man, can he play an accordion? Am I right?
That's right. Oh,
So I did actually work for at a bear sanctuary for a little while when I was in high school. In California, they have a lot of what they call problem bears, the wild bears. Every once in a while you see the videos of there's a bear in my hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When they keep doing that too many times, the bears can't really keep being re-released because they figured out people are fun, and people don't think bears are as much fun. So they get to go to these sanctuary zoos. There's a great one in Folsom, California, backs up to Folsom Prison, famous from the song.
They won't escape.
The ones that... So that's actually part of the deterrent from Folsom Prison is you have to get through the bear paddocks.
That's awesome.
It's you have to go through the bear paddocks or across the dam. So you're fucked either way.
Yeah. All right. I've got an idea. I'm going to dig a tunnel. But the catch is it's going to go through the zoo. It may go through the Wolverine encampment. But
That sounds like the plot for Fast and Furious 10.
Right?
I wish.
But the Folsom Zoo bears, so they're all problem bears. They're all bears that have figured out dumpsters are awesome, people are great. They use them to test the dumpsters for the National Park Service.
Really?
So when I was there, occasionally the National Park Service would be like, we have a new dumpster design. We want to see if the bears can get into it. So we would fill it full of their favorite foods, sometimes including things like chocolate pudding, lots of grapes, things like that. Yeah. We'd roll it into the paddock, release the bears. I legitimately saw Fisher the bear pick up a full-size dumpster and chuck it.
My thing about this whole thing is that technology for dumpsters expands, or it keeps getting better and better. I like that.
Well, so here's the thing. You can build a bear-proof dumpster But you have to design a dumpster that is smart enough that a bear can't figure it out, but dumb enough that the dumbest tourist you've ever met can get into it.
And still get into it.
And
That's the rub.
there is a gap there in the middle that they're still trying to figure out.
A smart bear and a dumb turtle. You got to find the little cross section.
Think about the dumbest person you've ever known. They've been to a national park. They have to be able to figure out the dumpster. The smartest raccoon you've ever encountered also can't get into it.
I feel you may think Fast and Furious for the next one. I'm thinking the Bear Paddocks might be the sequel to The Rock. Welcome to The Rock.
Yes. Yeah. Stuck in Folsom Prison.
The Flock. Wait. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Do you have a dad joke this week?
I do. I didn't think you would ask.
Of course I would ask. Can't do obituaries, but we can do dad jokes.
All right. Hang on 1 second here.
Okay. In the meantime, Steve and Izzy, tell us where we can find you guys.
Oh, you can't. We can't be found.
Oh.
She lies. You can find her art at untidyvenus.etsy.com. And our podcast, Everything I Learned from Movies, is on all the major podcatchers. And you can hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, all that shits at EILF Movies. That's Everything I Learned from Movies. Podcart Fest coming October 9th. Be there for the live stream. See all the artists. And
Podcasting. Art. Podcarts.
That's right. At Podcart Fest.
I will say that these buttons and magnets, please get them from Untidy Venus because they are damn good. I'm not kidding. They're very sharp. I really do.
I will
like
say that my Snackosaurus and other items that I ordered showed up today, and they're all fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
awesome.
I picked you out the most brightly colored of the kitchen towels I could find. The ones with the most intense colors.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Dana will love those.
Yay! And yeah, wash them, dry them, treat them like a kitchen towel. They'll hold up.
I will say I just put one of those magnets on a microphone stand, and that was not a good choice because it stuck right to it, and it just kept vibrating. I was like, "Yep, that's off. Never mind." It was a pretty damn good magnet. Brian, what's your dad joke?
So why are your fingers the most reliable part of your body?
Why are your fingers the most reliable part of your body? I don't know, Brian.
Because you can always count on them.
Well done. Bad idea of the week. Number 6.
Wait, Jason.
Yes.
Are we not doing top fives? I thought we were doing wild card top fives. I've got one.
Oh, sure. Throw it in there.
I don't know if anybody else does. I don't know. I thought that's what that meant. But,
I don't have one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got top 5 movies that I'm excited to see between now and Christmas.
Do it.
Honorable mention was, of course, Prisoners of the Ghostland, because I've already seen that shit. But you should all check it out. September 17th. Nicolas Cage. Martial arts western.
Post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah. Bill
Geishas?
Moseley. Yeah. Number 5. Matrix Resurrection.
Get the fuck out of here. Sorry. I'm sorry. Did I say that loud?
No, it's Matrix 4. It's apparently shot in San Francisco. It's got Keanu. How could you go wrong?
Keanu.
Number 4.
Uh-huh.
Oh, by the way, yeah, December 22nd. So, yeah, right around Christmas. Number 4, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Kind of excited for it.
That got pushed back to next year.
Yeah, well, they already did?
Yes. July.
Motherfucker. Okay, fine. Fuck that. Fuck Ghostbusters Afterlife. Don't watch it ever.
Sorry.
Shit, it's gonna be 32 years old by the time they release it. Anyway.
Those kids are going to be adults.
Yeah. All right. Number 3 on my list of movies that are probably going to be pushed back: Spider-Man: No Way Home, coming December 17th or July 2024. We'll see. But they. God bless the person that leaked that trailer, I guess.
Yes.
Number 2, No Time to Die, allegedly coming out in like 4 weeks, but I guess we'll see. Will Daniel Craig survive his role in No Time to Die? Only time will tell.
Who's going to die first, James Bond or Daniel Craig in real life?
And, of course, number 1, Dune, October 22nd. Please let it just come the fuck out on HBO Max.
I like how they're like, no, this can't go out on HBO Max. People love this too much. Nobody fucking loves Dune, okay? They're excited to see if it can be done well in a theater or in a movie.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Look, I kind of like the mid-'80s one. Is it the greatest? Fuck no. It's trying to shove too much into an hour and a half, but where they've split it up where the first half of that movie is going to be, 2.5 hours of this movie, or 3 hours. I don't know what it's up to, but
Steve,
it should be good.
Are you excited for all of Dune? No, you're excited for one character.
Look, the worm.
When Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling comes out as Fade Routha, the metal underwear, a la Sting in the 1985 version, that's going to be the roll credits moment at that point.
That is Steve's favorite scene, possibly of any movie.
It's actually going to be Sting coming out in it again at this age.
Oh yeah, that's just it. He ain't did it. Wait, which Sting?
Actually, the wrestler. It's ironic.
He's going to be coming down from the top of the top of the castle or whatever.
Where's the worm?
Bautista's going to be there too. Oh shit!
Again, I'm not making.
They would be brothers, Fade Routha and the Beast.
Oh shit!
What isn't Bautista in at this point? Me. Anyways,
not yet.
My thought is, though, I don't mind Dune. I don't give a shit about it. But at the same time, people are all the fanboys you have to put it in the theaters. Who the fuck cares? Put it on HBO Max. Who cares?
Fuck those fanboys. Make your own theater. That's what I do.
We got fanboys here. See, nobody cares.
And who the hell is a Dune fanboy? Come on.
Oh my god, I love this obscure novel.
Get
this obscure novel based upon taking over the Middle East in the 70s.
It's totally not still relevant today.
It's the same people that that are fanboys for Uncle Owen and Lars or whatever, Uncle Lars or whatever. I don't think they got enough credit in Star Wars. Shut the fuck up.
You got to see their charred corpse.
Yeah, fuck them.
What more do you need from them, really? I don't want a prequel of raising a snotty little teenager named Luke. Fuck that guy.
It was a better character. I'm glad that we really went off the deep end on Dune right there. That was great. Fuck that movie. It's not even out yet. Fuck that
by the way, guys, try not to think too hard about it. Star Wars is Dune.
What? No, that one's about space wizards, Steve. Dune is about drugs that give you the powers of space wizards.
Stop it, Izzy. You're not helping.
Yeah. Ooh, on that note, have you guys seen the documentary Jodorowsky's Dune?
No.
Okay, you guys should check it out. That's what actually got us kind of hype about this new movie coming out, because it was literally the week after we watched this documentary about how they were going to make a Dune movie in the 70s that had Mick Jagger in the Sting role and Laurence Olivier and all kinds of shit.
I think Blake talked about this a while back. I ignored him. But I thought he talked about this because he's a Dune fan. And he was talking about Mick Jagger being in one. Or about to,
Yeah, this documentary will kind of make you a Dune fan. And then, it also was, how we got a bunch of people, because Jodorowsky, put together the book of, all of his dream people, including H.R. Geiger, who then was discovered, his drawings were discovered in the book, and was hired to design the xenomorph for Alien. So if this
and then
project
Blade Runner, was it Morbius or whatever?
Mobius.
Mobius. Yeah,
Mobius was they found Mobius's art in there and was like, hey, it didn't work for this. Can you do some designs for us for Blade Runner?
Yeah, the writers they brought together were also the guys that wrote Aliens and a couple other things. George Lucas basically, I don't know, he somehow got informed on the project, and then a year later Star Wars came out and it's basically the same thing, just on a smaller budget. Yeah.
It's the greatest movie that was never made. It's
check it out. It's interesting. And the Jodorowsky guy, that director, he's apparently fucking insane.
Yeah.
He made super artsy Spanish movies in the 70s, and they're like, yeah, here, you can adapt this because you're a little nutty.
Hey, are you crazy? Yeah, go ahead and do this. Don't mind us.
Yeah.
Actually, that's actually how they got the director for Fast and Furious 10.
Ooh.
Hey, what do you think about dinosaurs and fast cars? Let's do it.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
the Jodorowsky's Dune and the documentary about the Don Quixote
Don
was
Quixote.
made.
Oh, it was made, babe.
Oh,
That movie was made, but it was like, 10, 12 years after. And instead of like Johnny Depp, it's like, let's get Adam Driver and instead of, the guy that died that they wanted to be Don Quixote for like 25 years, but ended up being Terrence Stamp or something.
That movie
right.
had a longer shelf life than Happy Land Murders. It's going to come out. It really is.
Anytime now, we just got to wait for Jim Henson to... Oh.
We got to wait for Melissa McCarthy to be a big star. Oh, damn it. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Jason. Yeah.
Do you have any titles for the show?
I have some, yes.
Okay, send them over. What do we got?
Let's see. I've got That's Seal. That's Seal. How did he get those scars? Fudge and Taffy. Trees and Meth.
I don't know if that's going to be good right before the Comic Expo. I'm not sure we should put that out there.
We'll get so many people from Oregon be like, hey, they're talking about us.
Or Alabama.
You'll get that rural northern north coast.
Humboldt County, here we come.
Woo!
Jason is all about grave robbing. Let's see. Jar of Semen in the Lost and Found.
Nope. Can't do that.
Those are all that I wrote down.
Is it human or animal?
Both.
We may never
combined. I got Getting Through the Bear Paddocks, Bear-Proof Dumpsters, just because it's impressive. Overdose on Pez. I don't know if that was from last week or not. Why Did It Have to Be Hamsters? Let's see. Go Find a Ghost. And The Cat That Can Kick. That was like the old Disney one, like the computer that wore sneakers. So, Steve and Izzy, within reason, you guys get to pick because you're the guest. Anything that you liked?
Within reason.
Yeah, I kind of like Fudge and Taffy. I'm not gonna lie, it's just vague enough.
I mean, see, I like trees and meth.
I can't do trees and math.
They're
Trees
equally
and math.
confusing and just intriguing enough to be like, I wonder what they talked about.
It's like our new nicknames or something. Like, which one of us is Fudge, Taffy, Trees, and Meth?
I'll be honest, and I'm probably not going back to write the synopsis and update the synopsis I wrote at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So it's really going to be confusing with Fudge and Taffy. We did not talk about hardly anything I put in that synopsis. So,
Well, we can talk about it now. What do we need to talk about?
I'm going to bed. Oh, sorry.
They say, what do you got to do? Sleep, rookie?
Sleep is for the weak.
We're doing Fudge and Taffy because Steve said it.
Yeah.
We side with the men. I see how it is.
Thanks.
Not the one wildly offensive female.
Side with the man, not with the meth.
Well, Steve, Izzy, thank you for coming on. It's been too long.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. Anytime.
Yeah, pretty much, Steve and Izzy. All you have to do is just tweet me and say, "Hey, asshole, I'm coming on the show this week." Okay.
I'm just
I told you that in confidence.
Trees and meth. Does that mean she's coming?
Doesn't matter. Yeah. So we will obviously not the next couple weeks because we'll be at an expo. But yes. So go to Untidy Venus, buy some magnets, buy some Snackosaurus, and buy some buttons. They're great.
Yeah, if you're a podcaster and you want your own buttons and cool, sweet ass merch, hit us up direct. We got
message us.
Podcaster discounts.
Yeah. By the way, I almost made you a few intern Cool Ranch buttons.
Oh.
And those could be available if anybody is interested, message me.
Get me a design, and I will put it up on our Facebook page. I'll put it up there. Hey, Brian.
I'll give you a couple of them. You let the people vote.
There you go, Brian. You like that? Right there. Fax machine. Anyway.
All I see is I saw like a quarter of it. So
Oh, okay. You'll see them in person soon.
great, can't wait.
Roger says goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.